Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Monday, the second day of June. Here we go. A couple of more things for you just before Shavuos arrives, and here we go. You know that you will see a lot of greenery dressing up the front of the shuls, and some shuls will have it all over the place. Also some flowers and things like that. I want to explain where that idea of adorning the shul with those kinds of things comes from. There are a few different explanations. One possible explanation is this. You know that Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe, the Rabban Shal Yisrael, the teacher of all the Jewish people, was born on the 7th of Adar. When he was born on the 7th of Adar, God caused this to be 3 months earlier. In other words, he was born at the beginning of the 7th month of his mother's pregnancy, and he should have been born, if he had gone to full term, at the end of the 9th month, which would have placed it 3 months later. But he was born on the 7th of Adar. The Egyptians did not come looking for him on the 7th of Adar because they weren't expecting him, frankly, to be born on that date, and they kept records of when to look for everyone being born. So his mother kept him alive from the 7th of Adar until 3 months later. 3 months later is exactly the date of Shavuos, if you've been following this. 7th of Adar was when he was born. 3 months later, when the Egyptians were going to come looking for him, is when his mother put him in a little basket and put him down the river where he was supposed to be, and he was amongst the reeds. That's where he was found. That's the Rabban Shal Yisrael, the Rebbe of all the Jewish people, lying amongst the reeds on the holiday of Shavuos. That is one famous reason for why we want to adorn our shul with greenery on the holiday of Shavuos. Other people say that it's because Har Sinai itself, which was in a desert area but beautifully blossomed for the giving of the Torah, and we want to remember that amazing thing by having the greenery and also possibly flowers all over the shul. Some people say that you should even adorn the bima area with flowers, and I have seen shuls with flowers all around the bima area. The Vilna Gaon, that's the Gaon of Vilna, great rabbi from the a couple hundred years ago, was against this custom because he felt that it was too similar to some of the customs that you would see in the churches of the time, and therefore some shuls follow the idea of not adorning the shul with greenery on the holiday of Shavuos. Of course, it'll be up to the rabbi of each shul to decide what is to be done in each of the shuls. Another interesting custom that comes up on the holiday of Shavuos, and that is having a dairy meal, or even 2 dairy meals. And what's the reason for that? Usually, most common, you'll see the big Suda of a Yontif meal is most families, most often it's meat. But the reason why we would want to have dairy meals on the holiday of Shavuos is 2 famous reasons. One is because when the Jewish people were given the Torah, right after they got the Torah, they didn't yet know how to, or didn't have pots ready to do all of the koshering and everything of the meat and make it ready, and hence the only thing they could do was to have easy things like dairy, and that's why they would have dairy foods on the holiday of Shavuos, because that's the quickest thing they could prepare. And in remembrance of that, we have dairy on Shavuos. That's one reason, and I think I told you that one a few days ago. Another one that I did not tell you is that because the word chalav, if you figure out the gematria, the numerical value of its letters, the ches is 8, the lamed is 30, and the vase is 2, and that adds up to exactly 40, which alludes to the 40 days that Moshe stayed on Har Sinai, on Mount Sinai, learning the Torah directly from Hashem. So those are 2, there are many more, but those are 2 famous reasons why we have dairy meals on the holiday of Shavuos. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.